Anyway, okay, so let's see. Um, what I need to do. This is just really
Pretty
tricky
excited
today
about
because,
today, John. This is going to be
dude,
good.
I am
Very
because
excited.
you
I
wait
use
till
this
I
stuff all
show
the time.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait till I
it's
show you
crazy.
some of this stuff. No, it's wacko. All right, so
Yeah, I
let
love
me.
playing with this. I've been doing it for about a month now on a bunch of different.
Have
This
you
is a
real?
great one. This is going to be a good session.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. All right. So anyway, welcome to all you guys who are new. For those of you who aren't the regulars, so I'm John Munsell, CEO of a company called Bazooka, and we put this thing on every Friday. I will have to tell you, I think I'm going to have to go to every other Friday because I'm getting ready to launch an internal mastermind for people that really want to go a whole lot deeper. So um, just be on the lookout for that. I'll probably send some emails out this week to let you know what the new revised schedule is. And that'll also allow me to do some bigger things, I think. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to be talking about today. Also, when I'm sharing the screen like this, I can't see y'all. So I'm going to rely on Faith and Kelly to kind of tell me what's going on. I can't see the chat or anything. But also, we invite you to just take your cameras and turn them on and unmute yourself unless you got background noise like I got going in AC that hisses. But that way, once I stop sharing, I can see and we can have a good conversation about where we're going to go with this. So this one, I really am interested in what we're doing with this one because I call it the battle of the AI video generators, and this is the text to video wars. Now, originally, I was going to do 5 of them. And then in one of these groups that I posted this in, they said, oh, you ought to go take a look at Kapwing. I had never heard of Kapwing. So I'm like, okay, I'll go take a look at it. And then somebody else reminded me to go check out InVideo. Well, I had actually played around with InVideo in August and it was interesting. It was weird, but it was interesting. So I was like, okay, I'll put it in the mix. And so now we have 7 of these bad boys that we're going to be taking a look at. And we're going to go through them. But here's the thing. What we're going to do is 2 scenarios. So scenario 1 is just taking a URL, pasting it in, no instructions, letting it rip, see what it comes out with. And what we're specifically looking for is how many options does it give us in terms of dimensions, right? So if we're going to do a YouTube short, it'd be vertical. If we're going to do a YouTube regular, it's going to be a 16:9. If you're going to be doing other things, you have different types of dimensions that you'd be using. Then the question is, would it be giving us text overlays? What are they going to look like? Are we doing slides or video or animation? I'm going to be shooting for video, which means it'll probably pull stock footage. All right. Boy, I don't know whether y'all can hear it or not, but knuckleheads decided it was a great time to mow the lawn outside, and they got the.
Can't hear him at all, John. You're good.
Mm-mm. Okay, good, man, because
You on
he's
the other
got.
hand are going to go crazy, but the rest of us are
It's
just
going to
fine.
drive me nuts. Yeah, yeah. Now they got all their machines out there and stuff, and what ends up happening is I got a door over here, and they hit the blower with that thing, and it's a gas powered blower. And my God, dog,
There
man.
goes 30% of your CPU power because you're going to be dedicated to those subconscious thoughts.
Pretty much, yeah. Subconscious is going to be a hell of a distraction. But anyway, we also want to see if it's going to put in some background music and if it's going to do a voiceover. All right. So what you kind of do is say, okay, if I am a marketer and I'm either working for a client or I'm working for my company, what is it that I want this video to do? Do I want it to just tell a story differently? Do I want it to, push it out on social media? How do you want it to work? And so for this scenario, what I thought is I'm just going to take a blog post that I wrote, and then I'm going to throw it into the AI tool, and I'm going to see what happens. So I'm not going to be concerned about the editing features or anything that would be, about cropping or cutting or anything. I'm just really looking at, can it write a script? What's it do with the videos? What's it do with the voiceover? What's it sound like, look like, etc. Fair enough? Okay, so that's scenario 1. Scenario 2, pretty much the same thing, except for I want to run straight from text into a video and see what happens. And there are two unique ways that's done. And I want to kind of walk you through those right now. So if you remember, when we're talking about prompts, we have this prompt stacking that we go through with ChatGPT or with Claude. And that's where we have containers of information. And then we have the prompt at the bottom that tells it to reference stuff in these containers. So for instance, our prompt might be using style and context, write 3 tweets about URLs. Well, these reference containers. And so then I would have a style container up here, I'd have a context container up here, and I'd have the URLs that I wanted to go to. All right, so I am writing the prompt and I'm having it, I'm giving it all these variables. Okay, so essentially I have a blank canvas with a product like GPT-4 or Claude, and I'm doing whatever I want it to do. I'm the master of that particular prompt. Now, if you see a product that has something like this, where it says describe the product or whatever, and you're filling in the blanks, then behind the scenes, they're the prompt masters. So they're writing everything that pulls those variables in. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. So the question really becomes, when you use an AI product that has blanks like that, how good are they at taking those blanks and making the AI render something really useful? Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Holler, scream, whatever. Everybody's good. Okay, cool. All right. So, oh, and by the way, if you want access to the replays, some of you already have done this. You go to bazooka.com/roundtable-replays, and in there you're going to get access to our online community. The way it works right now is a little wonky. So I'm going to fix all that hopefully next week, so that you'll just go straight into the community rather than into this other area we call the academy. The prompt database, everybody's been asking me, where's the prompt database? I know I'm literally a month behind, but I think that I'll have it in 3 days. So we've been working on it just nonstop for the last 3 weeks. It should be ready for distribution on Monday. Okay. We had a whole lot of automation we had to build in there, a whole lot of explanation we had to build in there. So anyway, if you're interested, you go to bazooka.com/prompts. You can fill that out. And as soon as they're ready, I promise you, we'll shoot out an email and let you know. Okay. All right. So with that housekeeping out of the way, this is going to be interesting. So I wanted to share with you a couple of things. And I looked at a bunch of products. I tried to look at this one, and I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of it. I haven't, but because it wouldn't disclose pricing, I figured it's either too expensive or too new. So,
or too intrusive, or
yeah, something off. So I was like, I'm not gonna play with it. Okay. So then the scenario that we're running, the first one is, we're going to take this blog post that we wrote, and we're going to just throw this URL in there and see how these tools work. And I wanted to also show you what I did with this. Is I actually wrote this using Claude. And let me go to the original prompt so you can see what I did. Okay. So I read this article on, what was it called? Statista. Okay, if I go down here. Yeah. So I read this little article on Statista, and I thought, that's really interesting that Netflix stopped emailing or snail mailing out its DVDs. Who knew? I didn't know they were still doing it. I thought they quit 10 years ago. But anyway, apparently at the end of September, they mailed out the last one. I thought, well, that's really fascinating, but there's a lesson to be learned in here. So what I did was, I literally, in the context framework, I pasted in everything that I could get out of that article. And then I said, look, I want you to write as a professional blog writer, and I want you to write a 1,200 word blog post. Now, I didn't give it any style parameters at all on Claude. Claude does a better job, in my opinion, of just writing decent copy from the get-go without all the quirks and stuff that GPT-4 does. You have to do a whole lot more style parameters in there. Now, Claude will take style parameters. I just didn't have time. But the other thing that Claude does well is count words. So when you tell it to write a 1,200 word blog post, it'll write an 1,189 word blog post. But you tell GPT-4 to do that, and it'll still give you about a 600 to 700 word blog post. Anyway, I said, look, I want you to review the context, and then I give it some specifics. Now, I could have put this in a container, but I was like, you know what, I'm not. What I wanted to do is I wanted to juxtapose the problem that Netflix was faced with and how they adjusted, and the fact that Blockbuster didn't. All right. So I said, look, I want you to tie it into how people are racing to understand and embrace and integrate AI. And businesses that don't are going to die off like Blockbuster. Those that do will have the ability to dominate their competitors. AI is moving faster than streaming by an order of magnitude, and the effects of being slow to embrace this technology will be devastating. Businesses have to move quickly. Now is almost not soon enough. So what I'm doing is like telling it to build a story around this, and it writes all of this stuff. And then I was like, okay, I want it to talk right to the reader. So I modified it and said, look, I want you to talk to people like it's you rather than a generic company. So it rewrote the whole thing. And then I had it come up with some titles. And anyway, I kept finessing the titles. And then I ended up creating it over here. And then I published it over here. Okay, so we're going from AI to AI, right? So that was kind of the framework. So I want you to just kind of pay attention, because what we're going to do now is we're going to take this, and I'm looking at the clock. I want to see if I can do some of this in real time, so you'll see how it actually works. I'm going to take the URL, and then I'm going to go over, and let's just do this. Let's just swing all the way across, so you see how many of these things I got going. We'll go to Lumen 5. Now, in Lumen 5, when you start this thing, what it's going to want to do is have you pull a template. And so it's got all these templates that you can choose from. You mouse over it, it kind of shows you how they work. And I'm not much of a designer, so I'm just going to kind of like randomly click a button. Okay, so here we go. That's going to be the template, and we're going to do them all in 16 by 9. So I'm going to hit that. And see, here you got your options: transform your text into a video or upload, and we're not going to upload. Okay, so here we go. And again, to make this a fair fight, as much as possible on the URL thing, I'm just going to paste the URL, and then I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here with this one, URL to video. Now this is Vidon. All right, we're going to paste that over here. And you see, it's got little variables that I could do. This one, I'm just going to leave it at a minute. We'll see what happens. And on modern illustrations, how about we go stock images? So it's more of a video. Then we go over here to Pictory, and it's going to be the same thing. We're just going to paste that in here. And then we'll go to Visla. And this one is going to go from a blog. Boom, we're going to paste that. And I'm not going to give it any description. Just going to see what it does by reading the URL. Again, just to make it a fair fight. All right. Now, Kapwing is a little different. So we're just going to hit the new project button here. And we're going to just paste the URL right in here. See how it does. We're going to make it a 16 by 9. And it might be, this is the one that I think I may have botched the first time I did this. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. Let's see. And see, I don't know if you all remember when we were doing the other test where the UI was a little, yeah, so this is, yeah, I mean, this is for a video URL. Okay, so if I hit 16 by 9, where do you import the URL? And I think it was down here, as I recall. I get videos, no, transcript, no. All right, so you can see that they should really do something about this user interface. I mean, unless I'm just nuts. I found it last time, and of course, I'm not finding it this time. There's something about an article. Transcript editor. Oh, there. I think this is it. Magic Create. No. Text to video generator. Here we go. And then document to video. Okay. All right. So now, oh, I'm sorry. Article to video is the one.
Oh, wow. That's really clear.
Yeah. Right. I know. So I went through this struggle last night as I was playing with it, and I thought, well, this will be interesting if I have to struggle again today. Here we go.
Hey, once you got this video out, John, send this URL to Kapwing and tell him watch the full thing. So, okay.
Exactly. All right, and then Steve will do the same thing. We're going to paste the URL over here, and then on this one, we're going to hit create a new video, and once again, we're going to paste this. All right. So now I got them all rolling. Let's go all the way back to Lumen 5. So it's got it. And then we're just going to stay with AI as much as we can. We continue. So it's going to be summarizing. Let's see if we have any continue buttons here to go. All right. So this has it. And this would be the video it's created. And let's see if
I like that at the bottom. You see it's got video score. Perfect.
Perfect. In whose mind?
Yeah, right. Relative to what? Yeah.
Relative to what? All right. So let's see. I am going to share my computer sound, and we'll see what this this looks like. I'm gonna let's see. Hang on a second. What the hell?
I'm on mute here, but I'm in a video webinar.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. If I go,
yeah, you got to
on Pictory.
Right now, you pick your template on Pictory. Yeah.
Right, and we'll just go random. Also, how about we keep it in the lower thirds? So it's going. All right, Visla appears to be ready, and this one has uploaded, so we're going to have it. That's Kapwing, and then Steve. We're going to hit proceed with Steve, and then we're going to go back over here. This one is in video. All right. The thing that's really frustrating about in video is its lack of a UI. It is literally all generated by prompts. Okay. And you'll see some of the frustrating quirks about this thing, but it's really kind of frustrating. You're looking at the buttons, you're probably wondering, hey, where are all the buttons? There are no buttons. So we're just going to do this. We're going to go, we'll do this. We'll stay with the business leaders and make it YouTube, make it minimalist. All right, so here we go. So it's going to create its deal. Now, meanwhile, let's just keep on rolling on and see where everybody is. This one's almost finished. Pictory is almost finished. Vidon. All right, we're going to continue over here with Lumen 5. I'm not going to edit the scripts because I just want you to see what it looks like straight out of the prompt.
Makes sense.
Okay, so it's going to do this. And we might as well play this since it's perfect. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so just for giggles, let's see if it'll allow me to zoom up. All right, cool, it will.
AI is advancing exponentially, and businesses that fail to adopt it face extinction. Early adoption of AI can unlock new revenue streams and provide a competitive advantage. Don't let your company become obsolete. Embrace AI now, before it's too late. Act now and embrace AI for a competitive advantage.
All right. So
Not terrible.
not terrible. And actually, the voiceover isn't terrible, right? It isn't fabulous, but it isn't terrible. It's short, 46 seconds. So it's not really anything that you could really feel proud about publishing, I would say. So it would need a whole lot of work. You need to add some more to your script. But it's cool how you mouse over here and it shows you where you are in the frames. And I'm sure you can swap these things out or trash them. But
yeah, I thought it was pretty cool though. It picked that Netflix logo, right? It found a B-roll kind of a thing with a Netflix logo and put that in there. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
But it did have R2D2 and a
right
tape.
Right. What the heck is that all about, right? I don't know. But like I said, it's really kind of fascinating to watch what's important to these AIs. All right, so let's check.
I actually found that pretty logical. The cassette's out of date and R2D2 is way in the future. So I got it conceptually what they were trying.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look now at Lumen 5 on the preview. All right, so you can swap out the music if you want. I thought it did a pretty decent job on the script. You know, it got the point of the article and it made it pulled out some of the more important points in it. So script-wise, I thought it did pretty well. What are y'all's comments? What do you think?
Got it.
Happy with it?
It's a tune you can dance to. That was cool.
Well, there's that.
But it was pretty good, man. I mean, if you look at how it imposed over the graphics and how that all kind of flowed, that was not bad. I mean, especially considering how much time you spent to get it to do that, right? Which is the other element here, is it? You know,
right? Yeah,
15 minutes and you were good to go. So
we're cooking.
That's really impressive.
No, it's pretty impressive. Okay, so let's cruise over here now, and let's preview Pictory's. It's 1 minute. little stubborn at the end there, but it did pull, more of an ominous tone to the music, which I thought was interesting. Script was logical. Did you notice that it was using the same stock footage as the other two?
Yeah, they're both pulling off the same data set, but it had more and it was more diverse.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
No, I thought it was interesting. This is the second time I run this. The first time I ran it, the music was even more ominous. So clearly you have to do an intro and an outro on Pictory, so it's so it doesn't just cut off, but that capability is built in there.
John, can you, if you're trying to sell me on this, number 2 sold me. Number 3, I don't want to hear about doomsday. I'm moving on. Can you change the tone?
Yes.
And, and say, I want it to be a positive, tone here?
Well, keep in mind the post itself wasn't a real positive tone. The post was, hey, you don't want to fall asleep like Blockbuster did on AI, and because it's moving way faster than streaming, right? So it's going to try to pull from the tone of the post. Now, in our second scenario, Bob, I'm gonna show you how it'll do something completely different. But yeah, you can change the script, you can do whatever you want, you can change the background music, etc. But I was looking at now. I don't. Yeah, you'd have to make your own voiceover on these and upload them. I could
no, you don't. No, you don't.
On here, show me where I can create a voiceover on Pictory.
It's hard to find this form. This thing's not crazy, but it actually has about 50 different voices that you can use. Now I'm on the paid subscription part. So I mean, I'm on a paid subscription part, but you're allowed to pick from like 50 different voiceovers. You can also change that background music out. And then even all of that B-roll that you're looking at, they have a huge library of B-roll. You can go in and just pick a new B-roll for each slide if you wanted to adjust the B-roll that's being used for each one of those.
Yeah, I am on the free trial. There were a couple of them that I upgraded and paid for just so that I could hopefully get more buttons, but Pictory wasn't one of them. Okay, so anyway, Pictory, not bad. I know, Bob, you use it a whole lot more than.
Oh yeah. There's a lot under the hood on that thing that you can do. It's very good.
And everything really boils down to what is the task you're trying to accomplish, because you're not always trying to do the same thing. And you'll see when we get into scenario 2 how different these things are. But let's look at Visla now.
Welcome to this video exploring the lessons from Netflix's transition to streaming and its relevance to AI adoption in businesses. Netflix's pivot from DVDs to streaming revolutionized the entertainment industry. The importance of AI adoption cannot be overstated. AI has the power to transform industries and unlock new opportunities. Clinging to outdated systems can be detrimental to businesses. Embrace AI to gain a competitive advantage and stay ahead of the curve. The risks of not adopting new technologies are evident in Blockbuster's downfall. Don't let your business become obsolete. Embrace AI and thrive. In summary, Netflix's transition to streaming teaches us valuable lessons about AI adoption. Act quickly and integrate AI into your business to secure a prosperous future.
All right. Now, if you heard the little audio watermarks on there, that all goes away when you export it. But I don't know whether you picked up on that, but it'll repeat an audio watermark over the musical background. But, again, it's interesting. The voiceover isn't terrible, right? I think the other one was a little bit better. What do you think?
I think it sounds like an AI.
Yeah, it does. This was,
but I think
it on the. Go ahead.
The visuals were really. I thought the video and the flow of it was really good.
Yeah, I did a good job with those.
Yeah, I thought it did also. Okay, so then let's take a look at. Oh shoot, I have to do another step on this. Let's see how long Kapwing takes to do this. This is the first one I did. I didn't realize there was one more step. So unless that's the script.
Does it have a preference when you pasting the same thing in each one, to whether or not it reads it out loud or if it just gives you text? Is that what it's?
That's well, again, it kind of depends on the one that you're running, right? Like let's just go over here at Steve. Now, when you're playing around with Steve, I could click this little button and have it add voiceover, and I could pick a voice, and we'll just throw a Kimberly down here. So you
Hello, I am Kimberly from Steve.
Okay, so Kimberly sounds really AI. Let's see if anybody else.
Hello, I am Joanna from Steve.
I think they all kind of sound AI-ish. Let's see what Sally sounds like.
Hello, I am Sally from Steve.
All right, Sally from Steve. We'll let you stick. Okay, so then now it generated a 2.5 minute video. What's this about? Let's just say it's about AI. And then we have some templates that we could pull. We'll go with the lower third one again on it. And then we'll scooch back over here. All right, so here we go. Now, let's see what Kapwing, what a name, huh? See how it sounds. So you can see that it has no ending, and it's missing a couple of video clips. But I thought it was kind of interesting that it actually pulled out that Blockbuster thing, and a rotting Blockbuster at that. So that was interesting. The music kind of felt funeral homey to me. I don't know about y'all.
Dude. I'd rather eat dirt. I would rather eat dirt and listen to that. I swear to God.
It was horrible. I didn't even look at the video because the music was so bad.
No. Is that bad?
It was bad.
I would choke that thing with heel dust getting away from it. I can promise you. No way.
Yeah. No, man, Sandy, I agree with it. And Bob, that just made my skin crawl. I was ready for that to be over. Anyway.
Who uses a pan flute for anything anymore, for God's sakes?
Really, man? What was that when we were kids growing up? Do you remember the Zamfir?
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, yeah,
right?
Yeah, I know, because yes,
right.
I was damaged by that whole experience. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Same. I still twitch when I hear that stuff.
Yeah, that's immediately that I went right back to that time when that started playing. I went, Jesus, please let this stop.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now let's take a look. I'm going to pull this all the way back and let's see how Steve did.
Netflix's pivot to streaming holds lessons for adoption speed. Netflix's pivot from DVDs to streaming offers a cautionary tale. Netflix shipped its last DVD by mail today. But for your business, Netflix's transition from DVDs to streaming provides an important case study on when and how to embrace new technologies. Embracing new tech requires making major bets. Just as Netflix pivoted from DVDs to streaming, you need to make major bets right now on iAdoption in your workplace. AI is advancing exponentially, and failure to adopt it means your business is extremely likely to face the fate of Blockbuster and other laggards.
Anybody else feeling like, oh my God,
Reed
there's a whole other
Hastings,
minute of this?
CEO of Netflix at the time, saw the writing on the wall and made a bold move into streaming despite skepticism. In 2022, Netflix pulled in $31.5 billion solely from streaming. AI is advancing exponentially, fail to adopt it and risk extinction. Yet your company continues relying on legacy systems, lagging in adopting AI's potential. But the window of opportunity is closing fast. AI adoption is accelerating exponentially across industries seemingly overnight. Act now before the AI window slams shut on your business. Early AI adopters will capture the advantages. Reed Hastings saw the future in 2011.
All right, well, there's 2 minutes I'll never get back.
Hey, you know, I actually thought the images were kind of cool right up until where they showed Hastings Castle for the last ones, and it was like, oh, okay, well, that thing went side. The voiceovers were terrible, clearly, right? And who plays the upbeat music when you're? It was terrible.
No, that's bad. So, Sandy, question for you: which would you rather sit through? 2 minutes of this, or 1 minute of this music?
Neither.
Oh, that's a tough call. Yeah,
neither. I would say neither. I would pick something else.
Right. Yeah. No, that was bad. Oh, that was bad. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at in video.
Have you ever wondered how some companies manage to stay ahead of the curve while others fade into obscurity? Consider this. In a world that's constantly evolving, the secret to survival isn't just about keeping up with the times. It's about foreseeing change and adapting to it even before it becomes the norm. Take, for example, the story of Netflix. Back in the early 2000s, Netflix was a mail-order DVD service delivering movies and TV shows right to your mailbox. Yet, as the world began to embrace the digital age, the folks at Netflix saw an opportunity. They recognized a trend that would revolutionize the way we consume media, streaming. In 2011, Netflix made the daring switch from DVDs to streaming. They opened up a world where entertainment was just a click away. No more waiting for the postman to deliver your next movie. This was a paradigm shift, a new way of thinking that not only changed the company, but the entire entertainment industry. Now, think about the companies that didn't adapt. Blockbuster, for instance, stuck with the traditional DVD rental model. They failed to see the potential of streaming and, as a result, they became a relic of the past, a cautionary tale of what happens when businesses fail to embrace new technologies. So what's the next big shift on the horizon? Artificial intelligence? AI is no longer a concept of the future. It's here, it's now, and it's transforming the way businesses operate. From automating tasks to improving customer experiences, AI is unlocking new revenue streams and offering a competitive edge to those who dare to embrace it. Just like Netflix saw the potential in streaming, it's time for businesses to see the potential in AI. It's not about replacing the human element, but enhancing it. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about harnessing the power of data to make informed decisions and predict trends. But here's the catch. The time to act is now. The longer companies wait to adopt AI, the further they fall behind. The risks and costs of adopting new technologies may seem daunting in the short term, but they pale in comparison to the existential risks of failing to adapt. So, as we stand on the cusp of this AI revolution, the question isn't whether businesses should adopt AI, it's whether they can afford not to. It's a race against time, a race that could determine the future of your business. Don't be a blockbuster in a Netflix world. Embrace change, embrace AI, because the future waits for no one.
Okay.
Way better.
What'd y'all think of that?
Well, what I got with the story depth, right? That was it went and found a lot of additional, context to use, kind of put that story in, put that story in the right context. So that was by far,
that was insane.
One of the best.
Yeah. The voice, did anybody catch that was an AI voice?
Yeah, but a
You
very
couldn't
good
have.
one. A
Oh,
very
yeah.
good one.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen anything that good, you know? I mean,
The
the
Pictory
inflections,
voiceovers were
everything.
good. The Pictory voice is really good too, but this
Really?
one it's no better than this one. They're roughly
Really?
the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Okay. Well, I'll have to
Yeah.
figure out the
guess, you know,
picture.
the best part in this video is the conversational
Mm-hmm.
because,
Yes.
you know, they just did not create the script. They said, okay, it's a conversational script. And that's
Right.
the difference between the others. Mostly
Yeah,
others were either
absolutely.
reading or instructional, you know.
That's exactly right.
This is
Yeah.
more conversational. So using word like
Yeah.
so and other things like you can relate, you know.
Yep.
Images
No,
were
you're
good. The
absolutely right.
background music wasn't distracting. So, I mean, you know, I would say
Yeah.
based on their default output, this was at the top of the list for sure.
Yeah.
John,
All right.
is
So
there
here's the deal. Go ahead. I'm
question?
sorry.
Is there an option? Is there an option to add subtitles inside in video?
I am so glad you asked that because I don't know is the answer.
Okay.
It's interesting, and I'll tell you why. Because there are no buttons. All right.
Right.
And what I did was, I don't want to totally run out of time here, but I ran a couple of these things, and the ones I ran a month ago had captioning on them. And the ones that I ran over the last 48 hours just had lower third titles on there and no captioning. And then I noticed that the ones that had captioning, they misspelled a couple of words, and I went into the script and the script had them spelled correctly. So why was the captioning off? And so that I got on tech support. And the thing I will say about these guys, they have 24/7 chat support live. I asked the guy, I was like, hey, what's the deal? How do I correct the spelling on these captions? And he's like, I don't know, let me check. And he's like, hey, change the voice to a different voice and see if that fixes it. Well, it fixed one misspelling. And then when I changed it back to the other voice, the misspelling came back. And so he's like, okay, well, apparently this is a known issue. We'll try to fix it. I'm like, okay. But then I said, well, how do I turn on or off captioning? And he goes, there's no feature for that. Okay. And then I noticed, okay, there's home and there's media library and there's history. I said, how do I get rid of these? How do I delete one? There's no delete function. So interesting user experience, right? The support was great, but I've never in my life seen a software program that didn't allow you to delete what it created. So that was disturbing. But what it produced, can't argue that was impressive as hell. Okay, so
a lot of times, John, the template you pick, you know, they'll have captions on them. Like in Pictory, you can pick either a template that has captions or not. But you can also click buttons to make it happen. It's got more configurability. But that
okay.
Did you pick a template on this one, John, when you came in and started? I can't remember if you did or not on this one.
No, it just rolls with it. There's
just takes off, right?
You just say, hey, I'm gonna make a YouTube video, and
there you go.
I want it to be business-like, right? So it's all AI driven, with the exception of stock footage. Okay, so now the other scenario, what I wanted to try to do is let's just try to create a promotional video for a company. And so I went to Pell Hughes. I don't know whether Paul Stackpole is on the call today or not, but I went to Pell Hughes and I just copied and pasted some stuff from their website into a document. Okay, so basically some stuff from their About Us page and junk like that. And then I just said, hey, let me see if any of them will take a prompt like this. And, you know, where I'm stacking it and just saying, hey, I want you to look at this background. I want you to create a 1-minute promo video for Pell Hughes. Keep the tone professional. Use a female voice, preferably from the southern U.S. Because they're in New Orleans. And I said, so incorporate that into the video. Start with a problem that Pell Hughes solves for his customers and end with a call to action that'll have them call or email. That's basically the instructions I was going to give it. And this, of course, is all the background stuff. So then the question is, all right, which of these will accommodate something like that? So if I were to go to, let's see, where's the library? Yeah. Go to the dashboard, and I'm going to see if I think I deleted them all. Yeah, I did. So here, if I go to text to video, the problem with this particular one is it wants to create its own script, or you have to write your own. So don't like that. Then if I go over to this one, create a new project, I'm back to the same old stuff. I have to either add my own script or whatever. I can't get it to run a true prompt. I can only paste URLs and all that stuff. So that was frustrating. If I go over to Visla, I have basically the same drill. If I go over here to create a video, all right, I have 2,000 characters. All right, I happen to know that this is about 3,600 characters. How do I know that? Because that's what I pasted into here, and that's the maximum it would take. And so that was it. So then what I could do is I could just take this, and then let's just see. 1,600 characters. Let's see. I'll just take this and see how much of that this thing will eat. Up 2,004 characters.
4 characters.
Well, here, I'm going to get rid of and counting. There we go. All right, so I'll have it generate a video just based on that. Theoretically, it's a prompt. We'll see how it does. And of course, that's Visla. All right. Over here in Pictory, Bob, you may know better, but it looks like I have to start with a text. A script. I can't create a prompt and have it build its own script. Correct?
Yeah, what I do is I use ChatGPT to build the script for it. And then I drop the script in. Just put that language in ChatGPT and build the script.
Yeah. So what I was trying to do is say, look, is there one tool that I can just run with instead of me having to bounce around and build a script somewhere else? So that one failed miserably. This one, same drill. I can here enter a topic, and this goes back to what I was saying at the very beginning. All I can do is write a topic here, and it's building everything. So I can't say write a promo video for Pell Hughes, because it probably won't have an idea. Let's see, just for grins. I'm sure it'll have absolutely no clue what we're talking about here, but we'll see where that AI goes searching. And then
I wonder if you put the domain name in there, just the domain name and extension, what would it have done?
Yeah, maybe. So we skip this. All right, so same thing. Transform your text, paste your URL. I don't have that. Copy and paste an article or video script here. So if I pasted this, let's see what it'll do. About 50 seconds.
There we go.
Okay, so it's writing some stuff.
Visit our website.
Yeah, this doesn't even have a clue what
they actually do.
yeah. So Vidon failed miserably. Pell Hughes. Okay, so let's take a look while that one's processing. We'll watch Visla.
At Pell Hughes, we solve your marketing problems with seamless, results-oriented solutions. With over 65 years of experience, we specialize in commercial printing and direct mail. Print is a powerful tool for promoting your brand, product, or idea. Partner with us to execute a cross-media campaign that reflects your message and objective. Our investment in automation and hardware ensures consistent, efficient, and relevant print projects. We go beyond print communications, examining your company's programs to provide better solutions. Print all your marketing materials in-house and manage them conveniently with our online storefront. We provide the tools you need to plan, manage, and track your marketing initiatives. Call or email us today to discover how Pell Hughes can transform your marketing strategy.
I wouldn't put it on my website, but it's interesting, right? Let's go over here and see. We're going to have this convert this to video now. All right, shall we preview? It's got to load everything. I think it has to generate each one of these before. Here, now the preview button is live. So let's see what we got. Well, I mean, it wrote a fairly decent script. I'm not crazy about the music. You can always flip it out. But I'm still looking for something that if I were tasked with creating a promo video for a company, that would really speak to me and I wouldn't feel bad about pushing it to the website, right? So rather than have this generated, since we're kind of closing in on time, I figured I would just show you a couple of this thing came out with using that exact prompt that I was talking to you about. So check this one out. This is one we did unable. You wouldn't. Maybe they're playing with me today. No. Okay, y'all. Maybe they're watching and they're like, he just dissed our product. We're going to shut him down.
There you go.
Yay. Okay. All right, here we go. You ready? 2 minutes long.
Managing print and direct marketing needs can be a daunting task for any business. The constant juggle between maintaining consistency, ensuring efficiency, and preserving relevancy in print projects can feel overwhelming. Add to this the challenge of communicating your brand and message over a multitude of media platforms, and it can seem like an uphill battle. You're left wondering, is there a better way to navigate this tricky terrain? But what if there was a solution that could take care of all these issues? Meet Pell Hughes, a woman-owned print and direct marketing company based in New Orleans, Louisiana. For over 6 decades, Pell Hughes has been serving clients across the U.S. with their expertise in print marketing. They don't just print, they delve deep into your company's communication and marketing strategies, identifying what works and what could be improved. Plus, they offer in-house printing for all your marketing materials and a customized online storefront for easy management. With Pell Hughes, you can forget about your past experiences with other printers. Don't just take our word for it. Listen to what our satisfied customers have to say. One client shares, Pell Hughes transformed our direct marketing strategy, bringing consistency and efficiency to our campaigns. Another raves, their understanding of print media is second to none. They've truly helped us get our message across. Yet another reveals, their end-to-end support is a game changer for our business. It's clear that Pell Hughes is the trusted partner for all your print and direct marketing needs. So, are you ready to take your business to the next level with Pell Hughes? With us, you gain a partner dedicated to delivering seamless, results-oriented marketing solutions. We are committed to providing predictable product management, giving you the flexibility to do things your way. We're more than just a printer. We're a partner that empowers your brand. Imagine having more time to exceed your client expectations. Call or email Pell Hughes today and start experiencing the Pell Hughes difference.
All right, so that one was probably the worst one it created. So I'm going to see if I can get you another one that's shorter. That's the. I wish you would have loaded one of these other ones because. Okay, let's see. Yeah, here we go. It's finally loaded.
In the vibrant heart of New Orleans, Louisiana, Pell Hughes, a successful woman-owned print and direct marketing company, has been the trusted partner for businesses across multiple industries for over 65 years. Our expertise isn't just in printing, though that's our bread and butter. We're also masters of direct marketing, brand management, and cross-media campaigns. Picture this: a comprehensive marketing solution that extends from business cards to flyers, mailers, catalogs, and an array of physical media options. That's the power of print, a massive force in marketing any brand, product, or idea. We're not just another printer, we're a partner, invested in ensuring your message and objectives are accurately reflected in all your print projects. With today's rapidly evolving media landscape, consumers expect more. They demand engagement across multiple media platforms, and relevant messaging is critical. That's where we come in. Our data-driven solutions provide insights for improved strategic decisions and more profitable outcomes. Envision having a single resource for marketing expertise, printing, direct mail, and automated tracking. No more worrying about the timely arrival or accuracy of your materials. Our progressive 65,000 square foot production facility is designed to manage all of your marketing materials. Welcome to the future of your business. Welcome to Pell Hughes. Reach out to us today. We're eager to help.
I'm going to just kill it at that. But I thought that was pretty doggone good. And it did a few more that were actually really, really strong as well. And I thought, man, for literally 2 minutes of production time, that was pretty amazing. So I don't know what kind of thoughts y'all had on it, but they're all so different. But it all boils down to what you're trying to accomplish, right? So if you're looking for like a slide deck or something like that, if you're really looking to style it up, then Pictory and Lumen 5 are good options. I think in my book, Steve was probably the worst. And I'm not really crazy about the other one. What was that one called?
The one that sounded like a beer can when you drop it, kapoing or whatever.
That one. Yeah. I mean, they all could use a little help, but I think, for I guess for what I would probably be using it most for, in video seems to have the most promise. You could certainly drop that into a video editor and create whatever you want, but the voiceover was really strong. Bob, if you say Pictory is equally strong, that would be kind of an interesting play to wrestle with. But anyway, hopefully y'all got something out of that. It was really interesting to try to compare all 7 of them under just 2 scenarios and sprint through it. Do any of y'all have any kind of use cases that you've used these before and they're different for you? And nobody's played around with them other than Bob and me, I guess.
I think if you go to the there's a site called getapp.com. You ever used it?
Yeah.
Where you can go and type in Vidon.ai and it'll give you every different comparative option and their top features versus and then it scores them. So if you're looking for specific things that you can that you want to use in your video, I think that's pretty good option to go there.
That's a good idea. I haven't looked at that. I'll have to go check that out. I've looked at G2 and some other things that rank software, but I haven't looked at anything that just ranks AI tools. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming. Hopefully this was worth your afternoon or morning, whichever time zone you're in. In the meantime, I'll be sending out an email, let you know whether or not we're going to do this next week or the week after next, and we'll come up with an alternating schedule. But y'all have a fabulous weekend. If you have any questions, you can always ping me, reach out to me. As always, thanks for your time.
Thanks, John.
Be careful out there. All right. Y'all take care.
Thank you, John.
You betcha. Bye-bye.